My name is Pam Bondi. I spell it with an I, because I ain't gonna answer any of your questions. My time is valuable. The DOJ has many ongoing operations, and we're moving like Kash Patel's eyeballs very quickly in multiple directions at once.
The most recent episode of Saturday Night Live poked fun at Attorney General Pam Bondi's hearings on Capitol Hill. Bondi was portrayed by former SNL cast member Amy Poehler in the show's opening sketch.
And later in that sketch, she was joined by fellow former cast member Tina Fey, who appeared as DHS Secretary Kristi Noem. Despite the show taking several jabs at Bondi for her testimony in the hearings, Bondi actually made light of the sketch the following morning, posting a picture of Poehler and Fey on X and asking Kristi Noem, should we recreate this picture in Chicago?
Now, later in the show, a moment during the Weekend Update segment drew some controversy. Cast member Sarah Sherman played the fictional character of a New York woman named Rhonda Lachenzo, who was very concerned about Zohran Mamdani becoming mayor. Take a look.
Why would I be panicked? Oh, I'm just thrilled that our city is about to be taken over by my favorite type of person. Bum, 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 bum. Hooray! A hipster jihadist!
Some people felt the character was offensive to Jewish people. Eli Conanim, former cabinet member for President Trump's first term, called it, quote, a disgusting and shameful depiction of a Jewish woman at the time of rising anti-Semitism.
Others pushed back against those allegations, saying the portrayal was meant to be more of an Italian woman than a Jewish woman. CNN's K-File writes, honestly, not their best work, but this is an outer borough Italian. Sarah Sherman herself, the actress who portrayed her, is Jewish, and contrary to the character she played, she's been a vocal supporter of Mamdani in the upcoming election. No surprises there. Liberal cast member supporting a socialist.
You laughed in the beginning a little bit. I know you tried to keep your mouth down, but you know that was funny.
We can circle back to Tina Fey and Amy Poehler in a minute. On the whole
the
portrayal,
Weekend Update segment.
Okay, I get it was supposed to be an Italian, not a Jewish person, so they thought it was making fun of Jewish people.
Well, SNL didn't come out and say that. This is what people have observed.
Well, the name is Italian. I think it was meant to be an Italian stereotype. Why is that? Speaking as an Italian, why is it okay to make fun of Italian people but not Jewish people or any other racial group? I mean, I'm just asking what the rules are. I'm not offended. I don't care, but I don't get offended by things, but... Who are you? What racial or ethnic or are you allowed to? Right. Like, it seems like you're allowed to make fun of the Italians and you're allowed to make fun of the Irish, and that's about it. So I just don't know why that's the case.
Were you deeply offended by it? I mean,
no, I'm not offended, but I'm not offended by anything.
Okay, because I thought that Borat was funny, the movie. And he offended pretty much everyone.
I don't find Borat funny, but...
Or like the Ali G show, I thought that was all...
I like the cutaway gags during Family Guy where they make fun of different racial groups, all sorts of...
Like equal opportunity. Now, when you're targeting somebody in jest and you're really
funny.
Low-key racist, that's not funny. But if you're like equal opportunity offending people, I find that's comedy.
Yeah.
And so it just depends. It's a fine line to walk. That's why I'm not a comedian, right?
Yeah, I don't know that SNL is an equal opportunity offender. This just wasn't very funny anyway. Actually, it was kind of deeply uncomfortable to watch. Seemed like I was watching someone having a seizure. So not funny. Again, not offensive to me. Although it was, yesterday was Columbus Day. It's Italian-American Heritage Day, basically. So, read the room, people.
Yesterday also...
If I was woke, I would be making a thing about this. But because I'm not woke...
If you were woke, you would call it Indigenous Peoples Day.
Well, right. Well,
and so we would celebrate that. And that's what my calendar said, Indigenous Peoples Day.
Oh, my
but,
God.
Let's go back to Amy Poehler and Tina Fey. Was that not... Come on. You tried to keep your mouth down. I saw you, it was a little funny.
Well, Amy Poehler and Tina Fey are at least... They are funny.
Thank you.
Which is a major difference. They're very talented and they're funny.
Thank you.
SNL had a heyday when they were on it. The whole Sarah Palin and Hillary Clinton thing that they did was actually funny. Amy Poehler's Hillary Clinton was very, very funny. Although the subsequent person who played Hillary Clinton was really good too. What is her name?
You're putting me on the spot.
I don't know what her name is.
Control Room.
Kate McKinnon. That's it. She was great at that role. I like Amy Poehler and Tina Fey in all their other 30 Rock and Parks and Recreation. I reference Parks and Recreation.
But part of why the Bondi thing was funny...
I don't know, this didn't blow me away, but it was fine.
I thought it was funny because I actually, when I was sitting here with Amber the day after Bondi's hearing, I was like, hats off to Bondi. And I told my friend this last night. We were talking about it for some reason. I was like, the fact that, she didn't answer any questions. So I really wish that she would have took the time out to answer any questions. But the fact that she had a list of responses that were dramatic and like hard hitting to every single person that had to come at her. It was kind of like the level of petty that sometimes is funny to me. And I know that we want to do better and all this stuff, but to see a woman up there get criticized in that way, who literally watched this happen to RFK, who watched it happen to Kash Patel and was prepared and planned for this to happen to her and went into that hearing and was like firing right back. I thought that it was, at the very least, interesting to see. Now, I would have think for the American public who wanted some answers to some questions surrounding Epstein, with her being one of the most vocal people about what would be released and what wasn't, and her lack of answers was tragic, especially because now, even if you say Democrats are late, they still jumped on board with wanting more information from her specifically and Kash Patel, and they lacked giving it. But, you know, at the end of the day, I wasn't mad at her. So the fact that they joked about it and making a joke of it, it was pretty wild to watch that happen with her. Like she had like something that had nothing to do with the topic at hand in a way she's going to come at somebody. So like, if I know you're about to come at me and I just have a written list of things that I pulled out the archives on your life and was ready to go, I mean, it tickled me at the very least.
I think it's interesting that, you know, they're trying to make fun of Republicans and they thought it was funny. They appreciate it. You know, when you make fun of you, now Trump is not like this. Trump hates to be made fun of. And it's not his most enduring characteristic, to be frank, because if you can laugh at yourself, it shows a human side. Charlie Kirk was vehemently parodied, stridently parodied in by South Park.
Yes, I remember.
And he thought it was funny. That's why it's been the idea that they would pull down those episodes or not air them, maybe not air them during the week of the funeral, but that they don't get rid of those episodes, the specific episode that made fun of him, because he loved it. He thought it was funny, and so I think it's good when our leaders can appreciate humor that is aimed at them. I think that's a good thing.
Okay, well, we can agree on that then.
You know that Kate McKinnon, the woman I said did such a good
With
job
Hillary?
of portraying Hillary Clinton. You know who she used to date?
You?
No. Barry Weiss.
Oh, really? Yeah. Oh, wow.
Yeah, they dated.
Okay. Well, maybe they'll show.
No, not me.
Maybe they'll have some NBC collaboration and they can talk about how NBC's running the news department since she works under the umbrella. We have a lot more to talk about. Stay with us on Rising.